Chamonix, Mont Blanc. Residence Paccard. Part 1. Technical Area. Technical Illustrative Report. Condominium Chamonix, Rue Paccard 45. Data of departure. 1. Construction in the early 1900s. To confirm any possible reconstruction or reinforcement. There is a lot of reinforced concrete that implies that the date of construction is later. 2. Structural components. Reinforced concrete, stone, wood, steel and bricks. 3. Building composed of one basement of reinforced concrete, one lower ground of reinforced concrete and steel, 5 floors above ground of wood and reinforced concrete. Body on the right and on the left. The building is composed of an area that presumably is older on the left of the property and of a narrow and long lateral body positioned on the right. The body on the right, not involved in apparent structural failures, accommodates small apartments, a stone staircase to the floor -1 and the floor 0, and 2 rooms, one for the lift and one technical. The only interventions considered necessary until now concern the area on the left. In the photo shown here, you can clearly see the detachment between the area on the right, 4 vertical windows placed in line, and the rest of the structure. Instrumental survey. An accurate instrumental survey was carried out with the assistance of the following instruments. 1. Meter laser disto brand Lieca. 2. Triax MP500 HV POW laser horizontal vertical. Electronic level. The treated analysis is aimed at determining the real dimensions of the load-bearing elements and also the residual capacities of the structure. First survey. We want to determine the deformed beams on the floor slab placed at the floor 5. The same surveys have been conducted by the same instrumentation in 2005, and the results obtained in 2014 coincide with those of 9 years ago. These are the results obtained. Second survey. We want to determine the deformed beams of the floor slab placed at floor 3 and the deformed beams of the beams and the rafters between floors 3 and floors 4. Support portal, floor 3. Detection of the deformed beams of the attic between floors 2 and 3 and of the attic between floors 3 and 5 with laser instrument Triax 500. These are the results obtained. At floors 3 and 4, 8 cm of screed have been poured equally all over the flooring of the apartment. That corresponds to an increase of permanent excess loads of 150 kg per metre square extra than those of project. At the same floor, moreover, it was discovered that during the past renovations, debris and rubble of various kinds have accumulated in the cavities of the floor slabs, both between floors 2 and 3 and between floors 3 and 4. This debris has deposited equally in all of the cavities, which should be empty pursuant to the project, and causes an increase in permanent excess loads of about 200 kg per metre square compared to the excess load of project. Below the photographic evidence, see also the video evidence. Debris between floors 3 and 4 fallen to the ground from the ceiling during a documented inspection. See video.
Voilà. Bonjour.
Volume of debris found into an area of ceiling equally to 45 by 20 centimetres, corresponding to a wooden hollow flat tile. Above mentioned debris can be quantified in a volume equal to 50 by 40 by 10 centimetres, equal to 20 litres of dry volume on a footprint of 0.09 metres squared, equal to about 200 kilograms per metre squared. Debris between floors 2 and 3. See new wooden planking on top. This reveals that the same has been replaced recently and that presumably the rubble exists from that moment. Debris placed between floors 2 and 3.
Preliminary conclusions. After conducting thorough surveys on the existing structure, modelling the current structure with programs in finite element methods, FEM analysis, and studying the structural movements of the building over the years, the key concept to understand is that the existing wooden structure has suffered over the years because of the increasingly overloaded nature of the floor caused by the previous renovations. We will not be examining the engineer's report in too much depth, but this can be clarified for the interested parties. These burdens have increased the load in the original wooden attic from 400 to 1,050 kilograms per metre squared, which corresponds to an increase of 162.5%. This illustration shows how the parabolic deformed beams of the third floor, now temporarily reinforced with a portal of support, have reached levels of deformation, net of the potential deformed beams' roto-translation of settlement, considerably higher than is allowed by the current legislation for wooden structures.
Chamonix Mont Blanc, Residence Paccard, Part 2, Economical Area. Part 2. 2A. The complete renovation of the building, the least invasive solution. Solution 2A. Purpose of the least invasive proposal. 2A1. Safety. Renovate the property ensuring static endurance. 2A2. Lightness. Renovate the property finding a simple solution. 2A3. Durability. The proposed intervention has to withstand time. 2A4. Speed. The renovation has to be fast, both in the installation of the construction site and in the modus operandi. 2A5. Economy. It is necessary to secure the building, saving the greatest possible number of elements and spending the least possible. The least invasive renovation. Carbon fibre. The general fields of application. Used in the frames of racing bicycles. Used in the construction of the frames and bodywork of high-performance sports cars. Used for the construction of the bodywork, frame and various components of Formula One cars. The construction of carbon fibre is used in orthogonal carbon fibre fabrics. After treating a resinous pulp, a monolithosite element is obtained that attaches to the structure, strengthening it, increasing its bearing capacity and resistance to the forces exerted upon it. Uses of carbon fibre in the construction industry. Pillars are hooped in concrete that has been reinforced with carbon fibres. A hooding of wooden pillars with carbon fibres. Structural reinforcement of wooden beams with carbon fibre. In association with the reinforcements obtained thanks to the adhesion of fabrics of carbon fibre on the structural elements, it is possible to make it stronger further by adding masses of carbon fibres. These elements, called protrusion, usually attach to the existing structures, taking their place in a load-bearing capacity or increasing it considerably. They are employed in those extreme cases where the adhesion of the carbon fibres described above is not sufficient. The renovation in detail. 1. Removal of furniture and home furnishings. 2. Removal of tongue-and-groove ceiling planks and the hollow flat tiles of the lower layer under the tongue-and-groove ceiling planks. 3. Removal of rubble from the cavities in the attic. 4. Dismantling of the existing roofing. 5. Transport of rubble to landfill. 6. Renovation with carbon fibres, protruded profiles in carbon fibre. 7. False ceilings of all the apartments and the communal areas and reactivation of the lighting points. 8. Refurbishment of the roof, caulked and ventilated. Total cost for Solution 2A, less invasive renovation, €900,000. Advantages. 8. Speed. Expected duration of the build, 7 months. Unavailability of your own apartment for approximately 3 months. 9. Possibility of renovation, 1 floor at a time, no need to completely clear the property. Exclusions. 7. Facades. 8. Casings. 9. Installations, should not be damaged during the works. 10. Stairs. Second part. 2B. Complete renovation of the building. Total refurbishment. Solution 2B. Purpose of the proposal. Total refurbishment. 2B1. Safety. Renovate the property, ensuring static endurance. 2B2. Lightness. Renovate the property, finding a simple solution. 2B3. Durability. The proposed intervention has to withstand time. 2B4. Speed. The renovation has to be fast, both in the installation of the construction site and in the modus operandi. 2B5. Economy. It is necessary to secure the building, saving the greatest possible number of elements and spending the least possible. The ratio expense to result has to be the best. 2B6. Increase the economic value of the property. 2B7. Improving the architectural standards both of the apartments and of the communal areas. The solution of the renovation of total refurbishment. Demolition of the building from the first floor to the roofing in the left building of the residence Paccard, maintaining intact the underlying stores, the facades, the boiler. The right body remains fully intact following further structural researches, including the elevator. Complete refurbishment of the roofing both of the left and right areas. In the figure below on the left, the areas that will not be demolished during the total renovation are highlighted in green. Particularly, the project proposes to leave intact and to renovate the perimetral facades of the property and not to demolish all of the right wing. To be clear, that is where the elevator shaft is housed. The demolition and reconstruction therefore affects only the central area of the building from floors 1 to 5. Phase 0. As-built plan. Phase 1. Removal of roofing. Phase 2. Insertion of spine steel beams. Phase 3. Insertion of provisional frame of steel. Phase 4. Demolition of all the floor slabs from floors 1 to 4 and replacement of the provisional steel beams with definitive steel beams and the creation of the new slab. Phase 5. Reconstruction of the ventilated roof. In addition to the demolition and refurbishment of the building's interior, this restructuring provides the complete restoration of the external facade facing and opposite Havre and Rue Paccard. These facades will be restored to their former glory, that of a typical Savoyard period building. The exterior will be completely reworked and will incorporate the most recent regulations, installation and ventilation requirements.
Today, the building is old and of low commercial appeal. However, it will attract a considerable property value and will become a new and luxurious property with regards to both the plant design and the thermal aspects of the design. In fact, the project can expect new insulation both on the roof and in the perimeter walls.
Examples of building demolition. The facades are kept intact by a temporary steel structure that will be removed when the new structure is completed. Other examples. Reliability. The proposed solution was designed in association with a construction enterprise who have a proven experience of many similar projects. Turnkey. The solution provides both the refurbishment of the whole building, structure, installations, finishings, and the research and the potential of an integrated and appropriate proposal regarding the furnishings of all of the apartments. Investment. The solution is focused on the re-evaluation of the whole building, both in the individual properties and in the communal areas, ensuring qualitative luxury standards and at the same time the typical functionality of a mountain house. The proposal. The common areas are characterised by the presence of an important stairway, made of steel, glass, slate, and bosrail de dossier d'Africa, or similar natural wood. As the existing one, the new ventilated roof will also have a big central skylight in the common area. So, in addition to the artificial lighting, the skylight on the roof will filter natural light to all the floors thanks to the presence of flooring and passing of glass. In these pictures, you can see how the whole project was developed using natural materials and respecting the architecture of the building. The heat and tradition of the wood and the natural stone blend with the architectural rigour and modernity of the steel and the glass. The sensation of brightness of the common areas derives during the day from an important source of natural light filtering through the windows, both vertical and horizontal, and during the night from an artificial lighting integrated into the false ceilings and the walls. The choice of the lead step lighting close to the rungs is necessary both for obvious functional reasons and for specific aesthetic requests. To make it even brighter, the existing brown doors on the landings will be replaced and will include reinforced gates, white in colour for all of the apartments. The interior of the apartments too reflect the architecture of the common areas. In addition to the planned replacement of all existing casings with very high acoustic and thermal performing casings. All apartments have parquet type dossier d'Africa on horizontal surfaces and coordinated bosquets on the main walls and those of more character. Upon request, each apartment can be delivered complete with all furnishings, custom tailored as you can see in these images. In particular are expected sofas, carpets, kitchens with all appliances, tables, chairs, stools, integrated lighting, fireplaces where allowed by the presence of exhaust pipes. The choice of colours and materials expected by the project guarantee absolute elegance, comfort and convenience at the same time. The sleeping area has the same specification as the living room and includes a comfortable furniture valued by the presence of custom tailor armoire to use at most all of the surfaces of the apartment. In this case too, the light points are designed in detail to fully integrate with the deposition of the furniture. In all the bathrooms, you can totally appreciate how the integrated planning fully uses every square metre of the apartment without sacrificing functionality that is required of a mountain home and the luxury that is demanded from an apartment located in the main street or Chamonix Mont Blanc. Upon request, bathrooms can be delivered complete with shower box in glass, suspended sanitary shower trays coordinated with natural slate finishings or similar natural stone, 4 sets of chrome steel, consoles of natural wood, and glass wash basin.
The solution of the renovation with total refurbishment. The details. 1. Clearing the furniture and the home furnishings out of all the apartments. 2. Removal of the roof. 3. Demolition of the building, keeping intact the structure on the right side and keeping intact the perimetral walls and the lower ground stores. 4. Removal of rubble. 5. Transport of rubble to the landfill. 6. Refurbishment of the inner structure, pillars, beams and attics in steel and wood. 7. Refurbishment of the roof, caulked and ventilated. 8. Total refurbishment of all the apartments and of the common parts with luxury finishings, including bosquet in the common residential areas and the elevator. 9. Total refurbishment of the electrical, water and sanitary systems. 10. Refurbishment of hot water heating system, connection of the new heating system to the existing boiler. 11. Reinforced gate in each apartment, both left and right sides. 12. Total refurbishment of the external facades, both the one facing Arve and that facing Rue Paccard. 13. Redevelopment of the shutters and the external window shutters, both left and right sides. 14. Replacement of all windows using high-performance acoustic and thermal windows, both left and right side. 15. Insulation of the external walls. Advantages. 16. Quick execution. Expected duration 14 months. 17. Revaluation of the whole of the property, which is now deemed unsafe. It will be all new and luxurious. The new apartments next to our building are now priced 9,000 to 11,000 euros per square metre. 2B1. Standard luxury offer. 18. Common parts and staircase in wood, steel, glass, slate and bosquet as per rendering. 19. Delivery of brand new apartments with white walls, parquet floors, reinforced entrance gates. 20. No furniture. 21. Electrical and sanitary system compliant with legal requirements. 22. New underfloor heating system with individual controls for each apartment. 23. Bathrooms with glaze finishing. 24. Replacing and restoration of external casings and shutters. High-performance thermal and acoustic casings. 25. Complete refurbishment of the external facade. 26. New staircase. 27. Reinforced entrance gates. 28. External wall insulation. 29. Video door phone. 2B2. Extra luxury apartments offer. 30. Varnished glossy inner doors of high quality. 31. Luxury bathroom, slate, glass shower enclosure, glass sinks, etc. 32. Bosquet on the vertical wall in living rooms and bedrooms. 33. Parquet, dossier floor or similar. 2B3. Full optional luxury apartments offer, furnished. 34. Full lighting of chandeliers, spotlights and wall lights. 35. Full refurnished apartments, including kitchen with appliances, carpets, fireplaces wherever allowed, armoires, bosquets on the vertical walls as per rendering, beds, dressing tables, couches, sofas, etc. Solution 2B1, Standard Luxury, €1,330,000 plus VAT. Solution 2B2, Extra Luxury, €1,490,000 plus VAT. Solution 2B3, Full Optional Luxury, Furnished, €1,630,000 plus VAT. Exclusions: Works Management, Project of Energy Certification. Example: apartment of 37,036 square metres. Total refurbishment, brand new property. 1. Standard Luxury, €56,866.30 plus VAT. 2. Extra Luxury, €65,766.30 plus VAT. 3. Full Optional Luxury, Furnished, €73,536.30 plus VAT.